This is a certified hood classic.
Hey now.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Oh, they're still applauding. That's great. All rise. Order in the court. Hands up. Bop.
One of us is not. Which one of these kids is doing his own thing? Good to see you back,
like,
Creed.
Shaquille's like, ain't happening. Yeah, listen.
Is that how he says it? Shaquille.
I think so.
Shaq.
Yeah, when we do the next jackpot stream, you've seen it. I got a video for it, and the winning continues. Winning continues so much that I left the casino with some money yesterday. I was actually up like at 140, 160, something like that. On the way home, stopped to grab my wife a Dr. Pepper. She wanted a Dr. Pepper. I get a $10 lottery ticket, and I double it up. I'm on a roll. So that's why I was like,
it's the hot hand.
Listen, I knew there was a chance I was going to miss court, and that's why I give you a heads up on that. And but then it got to be around a time when we have to leave to come home, and I'm like, man, we're all still doing all right. I was up to something, and I'm like, man, I just
gotta do it, man. When you got the hot hand, you gotta go with it. Why not?
Did I miss anything big, Steven or Mikey? Anything big yesterday?
Well, we had a good time. Everybody had a lot of fun. We had some good court. We had some really good chases. We met a guy named Trevor that was running from the law. We learned never trust a guy named Trevor. He'll take your stuff, wreck your car, and just all kinds of stuff like that. Today we're going to learn.
Did we hit 20K yet, though, on the main?
Oh, we're right there, Daddy. We're right there. We're only 100 and some change away from 20K. So we'll get there this week.
So close.
Might not be today.
Marky, congrats on the new job.
You got it?
Smoking. Where's the girlfriend at that I don't even know if you've ever video chatted with or whatever? There's so much I need to know.
What was his name? I mean, her name.
Is he from South Africa, like the woman I've been talking to? No, she's. That's a joke, guys.
So we got a TPO surprise. Cole, good to see you.
Oh, wait a minute. So, speaking of surprise, Bud Smoke, where have you been? Welcome back. Oh, wait a minute. Bud Smoke ain't here. The thing's finally doing it. Member for 14
months.
That
was one of the things I was going to say that happened yesterday.
Or Bud Smoke is here and
He's here.
And shared it.
This is how it works.
Okay, this is great.
It'll come in and it'll say, do you want to share this milestone?
Right.
And you'll say, yes, let's share this milestone.
Okay.
And that is his milestone.
And it's finally coming up for us. And we get to, that was such a bummer for so long. I appreciate each and every one of you who has been helping us with that for a very long time. So that's awesome that we can see that. I'm sorry. Okay. And
so now you'll be, and it's going to show up where the donos show up. Super chat. So super chat, super stickers, and those are all going to show up in the same little place.
The only thing, my only complaint, which will never be fixed, the only thing is that I never know what channel
they're coming from.
Yeah, but that's okay. That's not a huge thing. It's good to be able to see that, and we can actually see it. So that's pretty cool. Sweet.
Oh, look at Shaquille.
Shaquille's like,
hi. All right, so Creed. This is we don't get a lot of these, but it happens. Siblings going after each other. Oh, thank you, Donna.
In which way? Don't say that wrong.
Hateful.
Oh,
mean-spirited. Sibling rivalry, Creed. But they take it to a whole new level today. So we're going to see a lot of craziness. These people you see on the screen, all brothers and sisters. And
not us, them. And
the sisters together. So it's 2 TPOs, one for each sister. She's hearing both cases at the same time because they're both against their brother here, Shaquille. So she's going to hear both of them at the same time. We've got some amazing video footage coming up, I've been told. Lots of good stuff. Leather lashes. So that's where we sit today.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
All right. And if you could unmute Miss Kimona Hutchinson and tell me whether or not you agree.
I agree.
All right. And Mr. Shaquille Hutchinson, if you could unmute and tell me whether or not you agree.
I agree.
Wow, they
All right,
all
thank
look
you.
alike.
You can all put your hand down. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with Miss Kimona Hutchinson because your case number is first.
Yes,
If you will state your full name and how you know Mr. Hutchinson.
Kimona Kellyanne Hutchinson, and Shaquille is my brother.
Okay. And at the time of filing this protective order, did you live together?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And
That's kinda weird.
And before I go any further,
Yeah.
let me just ask, do any of you have witnesses in the room with you at this time?
No.
If you do, please tell them they have to go to another room. They are not allowed to be a part of this hearing until it's their time to testify. Okay. All right. Thank you for that. And I do apologize. All right. Ms. Hutchinson, you were living together at the time of this incident?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And how long had you been living together?
Well over 2 years.
Okay.
Oof.
On and off. He would come and go. So
Okay, it's her house.
And this
Then.
home that you were living in, who owns it?
my mother.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, well.
And it is here
Take
in
that
DeKalb
back.
County?
Yes, ma'am.
And does your mother reside with you?
Yeah, and no. She
What's that mean?
stays with her. She stays with her boyfriend more majority of the time. So it's just really the kids that are here, just all of us that are here.
Wow,
Okay.
what a great mom.
Very nice of her.
All right. So how many people live in the home?
It's 4 adults and 2 children.
Okay. And that's including Mr. Hutchinson when he comes and goes?
Yes.
Okay.
2-bedroom.
Now tell me what happened and led to you requesting this.
One
protective
bath.
order.
So on this particular day,
Which was what?
my gosh, this was, I don't even remember the date. It was sometime in July.
Okay.
Some like July, it was before July 1st or July 4th, I want to say.
Okay.
My sister and I were in the living room having a conversation about a previous situation with him that happened back in October, where we got into a confrontation with his girlfriend, and the kids were here, and she's kicking the door and she's swearing and she's trying to fight.
Okay, let me interrupt you for a moment. Y'all were having a conversation about an incident in October.
Yes.
Okay, so what happened when he came in?
Whoa.
He came
Wham,
in,
wham.
he came out the garage, he walked to the laundry room, and then he came back from out the laundry room into the living room area where we were sitting. And he proceeds to say like, oh, this situation is not even about Anna, which is the girlfriend's name. It's not even about her. And then he just starts going off like, if I wanted to put you guys out, I could put you guys out. And mommy said she's going to give me the house. So immediately when he said that, we started to laugh because it was like,
Oh, hell.
knowing the situation, of course, personal family matters. We laughed it off. And then immediately he became irate. He starts, oh, you bitches. Excuse me, I don't even know if I can say that.
That's fine.
You bitches, you guys aren't worth shit. I don't know what you can hear on the audio. He came in my face at one point, told me I'm a miserable, depressed bitch, and that I need to go kill myself. I'm 6-7 months pregnant at the time. So I'm just like, I don't understand,
Oh, that's
why you're so unhinged. And you know that I'm pregnant. Like, he's literally trying to get in my face. My sister had to jump in, and my daughter's sitting down having her lunch, and he's acting out. And it's just like, why are you doing this? Why? For what reason?
Yeah, Mystic Lady, she definitely went to the Bishop School of Broadcasting, no doubt about that. Shelly, thank you. 5 bones. Love that. Late fees are always welcomed.
A lot to unpack there, Creed. Boy, oh boy. I will say 2 things. One, if he said those things to his sister, she should be ashamed of herself.
Well, she's pregnant, especially.
Especially on top of that. And 2, I'm pretty sure I know Shaquille's celebrity lookalike. Big E Langston from WWE, part of the New Day. Big E and Shaquille.
Look at the facial expressions are so close too, actually, on that. By the way, I want to know if they're paying rent at Mama's house or not. What do you think?
I think Mama's just letting them all stay there for nothing. Like,
yeah,
maybe she's like, pay the taxes, pay the homeowner's insurance.
Right.
I don't know if there's a mortgage on the place. Maybe if there's a mortgage, she is. But Mom, look, man, none of these 3 people are spring chickens. Mom, at her age, has a boyfriend and moved in with him. She's shacking up with the boyfriend.
So maybe I would imagine I actually would rather, if I was going to be gone a lot and not staying at my place, I would probably want somebody to be there. Not probably 3 of my children, but I'd want somebody to be there anyways. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know if I could live. I mean, I lived with my brother until, I moved out. Yeah. And he did live with me for a little while. It was fine. We didn't get in any like scuffles or anything like that. I think the biggest thing was him wanting us to be quiet because he had just went into bed when everyone else was getting up.
You guys all heard that as well about that. That was
I didn't want to touch that one.
Yeah, right. Some of me just leave alone.
The situation was. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, golf releaser didn't see that. I missed Creed yesterday. Glad you're back. Thank you. Sorry, I needed a day off to. Mom and Dad and I went to the casino and had an absolute blast. It was one of those rare days where we didn't lose a lot. Very quickly.
He laid hands on you on that day?
He did not.
Thank goodness.
Okay. Has he ever laid hands on you?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So he got into your face, and then what happened?
My sister stepped in between and kind of like, you got to back up, go upstairs. And he starts going off. At this point, I don't even know. It was so much going on. My fiance came out the room and at one point had to like hold him back because he's trying to like push past my fiance. So it was just kind of like, you're so unhinged. Like,
badass.
We need you to calm down. The kids are here. And that's our biggest thing, is that the kids are here, and he has no regard to the fact that the kids are here.
Okay. And has he ever acted like
he can't sit still?
Yes. Yes.
Legendary.
We've had to call the police on many occasions since he's been here. And because there's no bruising or anything like that, they always say, well, we can't take a police report, which I think is crazy if we're asking for one. But that has always been the issue with talking to the police when they've been called.
And how did it make you feel on this incident date?
Very, very, very scared, because at one point before he left out, he went to the back door. He's like, I'm gonna show you guys. I'll be back. I'm gonna show you guys. And at this point, the kids are in the living room, and I'm telling them like, yo, get the kids away from the back door, because I'm not sure if he's gonna come back and shoot at the place. I don't know. He's so unpredictable. So I'm like, get the kids from the back door, get them away from the windows. Like I said, at the end of the day, it's their safety that I'm worried about.
Okay. And do you know him to carry a gun?
I don't. We don't talk.
This guy is, my God, he needs to calm down, dude.
Yeah, he's a little rambunctious, maybe. I'm guessing that the kids are there, considering that they're talking about them.
Yeah, so the kids were there to witness all this debauchery. Again, don't be showing your ass in front of children, especially. And Shaquille cannot sit still. He's making faces. He's mouthing things. He's doing all things you're not supposed to do.
Spike Donuts member for 17 months on the night shift, lurking.
On the night shift. Ooh.
It's awesome. Man, I love these things coming up.
Ain't that cool? It blew my mind when it happened yesterday.
God bless.
I don't know what's going on in his life. I honestly don't know. But just in he's so erratic that, I can't put anything past anybody. Not when my child is involved.
No, these are all siblings. Too sweet.
Yeah.
All right. And this protective order was issued on July 11th. Have you heard from him since then?
No, not since the day of the serving.
The serving. Oh my God. You want me to throw that niece out for you? I'll make it real gentle on the phone.
All right. Is there anything else about that incident that you would like for me to know today?
Nothing.
Slightly.
I'm just, my heart is racing. I don't know. It's like everything goes out the door when you're, you know.
Had you submitted any evidence into the record that you wanted the court to consider?
I did not, because I knew that they would be putting the cases together. My sister submitted everything that we had collectively.
All right, that's fine. Then at this point, I'm going to ask you to mute yourself, and I'm going to switch to your sister's testimony, and we're going to go like that. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
The two
next
sisters
I
look
have,
very much alike.
Crystal Hutchinson, you've already been sworn in, and I believe that I am up to date enough to say that you are Miss
Oh, God, yeah.
Hutchinson's sister and Mr. Hutchinson's sister. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Sister,
right.
sister.
And are you living in the home with your sister?
Yes.
Okay, so you all live together.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
All right. And how long have you lived there?
Since 2006.
Okay. And
2006?
you filed your request for protective order on or about the same date and time as your sister. And is it related to the same event and incident?
Yeah, I also have another event also. So yeah, pretty much. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so tell me about the other event.
The other event, it was, I believe it was July. It was fairly maybe like a day after the police was called for the incident that we decided to file the protection order for. That day he left out. It was me, my son's father, and my child here at the time. And he left out of the house, and he left our garage door wide open. So I went downstairs and I realized that the garage door is open. So went ahead and closed the garage door. About 5-10 minutes later, he ends up coming, ringing the doorbell. We have something, a device with our door that necessarily sometimes it
Hold
works.
on
It
for a
doesn't
second,
work.
I apologize.
Mhm.
Mr. Hutchinson, I need you to stay in one spot and
Thank
stay
you.
on camera, please.
About damn
Thank you.
time.
Very important.
Dun,
Thank
dun,
you.
dun,
Thank you.
dun.
All right, go ahead, Mr.
Dun,
Hutchinson.
dun,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am. So
Apologies.
he came in.
He wasn't only just talking to himself. He sounded like it looked like he was yelling.
I do believe he was doing a little bit of yelling, and he had a lot to say. So I'm looking forward to hearing what Shaquille's going to lay on us.
Hopefully something pretty decent. Yeah, that's the thing. Like I understand a lot of you get along with your siblings and stuff like that. That's great. In a living situation at this age is just it's just different.
It's a little odd. I mean, if you get along great, it's good. If you're not really getting along, and it's you won't have situations like this and Shaquille.
You stupid bastard.
First thing he came in saying is, excuse me, excuse my language, but I do want this to be as accurate as possible. He came in and the first thing he said was, why the F would you lock the effing garage door? So, at that time, I'm just like, my kid is here. I'm here. People, somebody could just run up in the house. Anything can happen.
That's his way in and out of the house. Because some people don't like to go through doors. They like going through a garage, which I get.
Why in the F would you lock the garage?
Oh,
that's the way I like to come in. I like to make a grand entrance with the garage door opening. And
my wife asks the same thing about the front door all the time. Why do you lock it? Why do you lock up our house?
Nobody's coming in it but me.
Right.
And you can't leave the door open like that. And he kept saying, do that shit again. Do that shit again. Do that shit again. And I'm going to call the effing police on y'all. So at that time, I called my sister. Before I tried calling the police at first, but the line was busy. So I ended up having to have my boyfriend call. And then I called my sister to kind of let her know what was going on, just in case if anything happened. She kind of had a backstory of what was going on at the time. But he was threatening me in front of my kid. He was telling me how he was going to beat my ass. He was going to beat my ass. I'm not shit. Shut the fuck up. It was just crazy that day. I would, if I can, I would like to present those videos 1 through 7, so that you guys can have like a backstory of.
All right, and where were these videos taken from?
We have a alarm system. So I was able to actually get into the
Closed.
app, download those videos.
That was a closed circuit
All
television.
right. And do you recall what day they were taken on?
Security.
Yes.
cam.
The incident that we did the TPO for, that was June between I want to say the 30th or the 28th. And then the second incident was around the 2nd of July, the 3rd that happened.
Okay. And these videos, this is from your alarm company?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And do they show a fair and accurate representation of the incidents that occurred on those days?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And has there been any tampering to your knowledge of these videos?
No, everything is sent strictly from them.
Okay. So what we're going to do at this time, Ms. Broom, is if you will sequentially play, you said exhibits 1 through 7?
Yes, 1 through 6, excuse me. 6 and 7.
I heard that too.
Okay, Judge, and also we sent back an email that 4 was too large and that didn't go through yesterday around 11:20. You received that email.
Oh, no.
Okay, so let's play 1 through 3 and then 5 and 6.
Okay.
My God, we got a lot of videos. It's like going to the movies.
We love receipts. Oh, and it shot inside. Mikey, did you walk this morning? What's she talking about? You
I went walking yesterday. I used my elliptical today. I figured I'd knock the dust off that bitch.
Look at you. Did you have to take like clothes like hanging on it and like a couple boxes?
There was a box of hangers sitting on it.
All right. Well, that works. Fairly decent size.
This is a big
room.
house. Yeah, this is big. Look at that. We got stairs going up over there. So it's multiple floors.
Yeah, got a vacuum. That's probably where it stays. A quart of mortar oil right there on the thing right next to the kids. I don't think that's really.
Is that a coloring book right here next to us? Something with
maybe somebody was astute and pointed out that pig face. I mean, that one of the ladies down there had paint by numbers.
Ooh,
interesting.
Look at it. Everybody's got their hands out. Every person in the photo is already
all
letting the other one know it.
It's a bigger house than I thought so far. Good.
It's a nice place.
Yeah, let's not forget that part. By the way, Lisa B, she did say that the police line was busy.
That's what I thought too. I was like, how is that even possible? I've never heard of such a thing. I've seen it in movies when like the killer's coming in the house.
First of all, let it be said, you got spoken with other people in your family. I'm not disrespectful.
Oh, you can hear the child in the background. Hate that.
That's one.
So far, so good.
It was a little heated.
He works at Panera Bread, by the way, as you can see on his. Oh, Shaquille's like, it's enough. Nope, he's back.
I've seen all I need to see.
Accidental.
Fucking leave it. The fuck? This the last resort. It's gonna be me and there. Are you and Chris not moving? Are you and Chris not moving? Are you and Chris not moving? I'm getting the house. Are you and Chris? I don't want it. Come on. The fuck? Get the fuck out. Mom, next time your bitch comes in here, I ain't 20. You're not.
Wow. He was saying, aren't you and Chris moving out? I'm guessing that's the pregnant one and her fiance
up top.
That he's talking about. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, so you don't really trust the people that are living in your house if you have security cameras in there, right?
Yeah, we want to make sure maybe mom is like trying to keep an eye on things because she knows it's a volatile situation over there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, when you're installing cameras inside of a house, it's not so much for security.
This was like a hidden camera too. It's not even like
it does look like it's hidden.
It's in a teddy bear.
I mean, it's a common area, so it's not it's not that huge of a deal. But I don't know. It's just that's kind of odd.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Oh, here goes the boyfriend. Wow.
All right, these are some pretty heated arguments.
Hot and heavy. The boyfriend and him the boyfriend really didn't do the whole holding back like she said. He just basically put his hand on him.
Yeah,
where are we at now?
Different angle? See into the
No,
kitchen.
different. Yeah, different house.
Different room.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call the police again. All right, let me call them. Fucking innocent, nigga. You not fucking innocent. All right, shit. Not shit.
All right, so he's pissed walking back and forth and swearing.
Yeah, she said she's gonna call the police again.
Yeah.
We said it was weird that they had a camera in their living room. I guess there's cameras in every room.
Oh.
Is this a high crime area? Is that why we couldn't get nobody on the phone at the police department? Yikes. Lots of old lady bric-a-bracs around there. I can't wait to hear from him.
Child endangerment. My child is here. You lock the door and you say, I'm coming to the fucking door. Child endangerment. Then you always talk about child endangerment like I'm about to thing in my nephew. You sound fucking stupid as shit. My child is here and you are threatening. Bro, shut up. You sound dumb. You sound dumb as fuck. Always talking about I'm gonna do something to my nephew. They not always talking about gay shit in this.
Okay, that's not a good look when you're calling your nephew a dumb shit and other things like that. That's God.
Again, there's 2 children in the house and 4 adults. I think we may have 6 children living in the house. Because that's how they act.
When y'all were younger, y'all talk about a lot of gay shit. You and Simona. What the fuck is wrong with you guys?
Gay?
I mean, shit.
Like real gay stuff?
The phone's ringing. I'm wondering if trying to call the police. Simon John, thank you.
Simon LeBon John is here.
Good to go.
She's calling the police department. They probably won't answer.
Hi. Can I have someone at 1221 Fire Arbor Court?
Beep.
I feel like my life is in danger.
If somebody's talking like on the phone, do you think they're in danger? We're in danger.
Yeah, it's almost like you could tell by the way she's talking that she's cooking.
My apologies, I was on mute. All right, Miss Chris.
Yeah, if you don't mind, could you send somebody over? I'm really scared right now, and like I'm in danger.
Can you, hold on a second? Yeah. By the way, can you please hurry? It's getting out of hand.
Yeah. By the way, so did you notice? So he was like doing the same thing that he just
He's
did
a pacer
live in court a few minutes ago with the walking back and forth quickly and such. That's a good point. Those guys, you guys saying about the, and it is bad to do this stuff in front of children, in front of the children, in front of any kids doing anything like this. I think that when you fight a lot like this, you don't realize how bad that is. Because I'm guessing that this isn't just a one-off thing. I would imagine that this happens.
You don't want your kids to become accustomed to fighting. Like it's okay, it's normal. People just, fight.
Rip. Missile voyage.
Mr. Hutchinson, you can continue with your testimony.
I'm sorry if I can say this. I had something to say pertaining to video 4. I was sent an email yesterday to confirm that they did receive all of them. So I'm not sure how they missed video.
Apparently video 4 was too large.
Oh, it was too long. Okay, that's why I couldn't download. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so
They
weren't able
talk
to
gay.
use that one, but the others.
Okay. Okay.
So we saw a video from 2 separate days, obviously.
Yes.
Is there anything you wish to add as it relates to those videos?
Yes, I just 100%, I don't feel comfortable with Shaquille in the household at all. My room is directly across from his. It's the hostility, it's his aura, the fact that he gets upset, the fact that he gets upset to that extent, and there's no in between for him. There's no, okay, the kids are here, let me kind of calm down. The kids are here, let me go get a walk. It's just, it's chaotic. It's way too much. It's way too much. And if my child, I'm gonna do what's best for my child. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm mainly worried about myself, but I'm mainly worried about my child too. Because it's both of our safeties, especially with him, with this erratic behavior that he's exuding, is just way too much. It's way too much. He's unfit. He's unfit.
For
And
what?
how long has he been
What's he unfit
acting
for?
like this as far as the erratic behavior that we're
We've actually had a couple occasions where his behavior has gotten to the point where police had to be called. Like my sister stated earlier, every time that we have called the police, it has always been a situation where they're like, you know, somebody has to physically be hurt or physically, you know, for them to kind of take what, you know, whatever police report. So we don't have paper trail, but I'm pretty sure if you know.
You made a great choice today, by the way.
And there's no paper trail.
And there's no paper trail. And at 5:30 East today is Wednesday, right?
Correct.
Yes. We got a case members only, just so you know. Just keep that in mind. Don't forget. Okay? He is working and baking bread at the Panera. They make good sandwiches, by the way. They really do. I'm pretty impressed.
Yeah, if you're a multi-millionaire.
Well, yeah, they're certainly not cheap. I remember being at Panera for my first ever time ever at a Panera. It was with B-Shop. And I'd never forget, he got a half a sandwich, he got soup, he got cookies. I'm pretty sure he got some bread. And I think 2 different drinks.
That was Rich Bishop.
That's back in the day when he paid for everything with $1 bills.
Look over the years and do the logs or whatever. Police had been called quite a few times, honestly.
All right. And is there any other evidence that you want the court to consider at this time?
Well, I believe that she's called the cops a lot. I mean, the dude really wasn't doing much there at that point, or was that just after the fight? Maybe that might be like just after the fight, though. Now that I'm thinking about it,
She said it was. I don't know if it was 2 different days or what, but anyways, you don't need all that damn yelling in the house and raising hell and stuff like that, especially around children. These are your siblings. You ought to be able to get along with each other.
Yeah, you got. Listen, if somebody gets a protection order against somebody's getting evicted. So in this aspect, there's no doubt about that. But yeah, no, I was just saying, I think that she probably does call it Popo a lot. If what we just saw was the reason why she called the police, with him just going back and forth, spouting off at the mouth. Oh my God.
I like that she said she couldn't get anything done. Adulting, it's fun, right? She couldn't get anything done because there weren't any bruises, which is, I don't know, is that true? I mean, do you have to be bruised up in order to feel threatened?
I don't know how to. Yeah, I don't know how to take that one. I really don't.
No, I know. I think I sent everything in.
Okay. And I'll return to both of you after the respondent has had a chance to testify. As the party that carries the burden of proof, you do have an opportunity for rebuttal. All right. So now if you all could mute yourself, I'm going to ask Mr. Shaquille Hutchinson to unmute.
I'm here, Judge.
Here we
All
go.
right. Thank you, Mr. Hutchinson. You were previously sworn in. You've heard the testimony of your sister, Kimona and Crystal Hutchinson. Now is an opportunity for you to respond. And then I also noticed that you have witnesses, so we'll get to that in just a moment. So if you'd like to give testimony, you are free to do so.
Well, first, pertaining to that situation with my girlfriend, the dates are correct, but what she forgot to include is that she has threatened my girlfriend. We were sitting in my room.
Let me interrupt you for one moment. I didn't go into letting her talk about that October incident because that's not what we're here for today. That's why.
Oh, so you just want the recent one?
So I just want to talk about June 30th and July.
Perfect. Since in June, they called the cops on me 4 times. Actually, the cops were called to 1221 Quiet Arbor Court 5 times. One in which I had to call the cops in the morning because I do security. I work 8 to 8 and 6 to 6. So when I am at the house, I'm only at the house to get sleep, shower, and so forth, and then go. I had to call the police to the house because they changed. We have a lock on the door where it is buttons. They did change the code to the door. When I called the police, they said that they can't let me in, forcefully, but they can verbally knock, and someone would have to come to the door. What Crystal Hutchinson will do is as you've seen on the video, I'm never nowhere near them. I'm either usually like the one where we're upstairs. I'm literally walking back and forth to the bathroom in my room because my room is on the other side of the house. Yes, my door is across from my sister's, but I'm so never in the house that I rarely ever see them. These other situations where they're talking about where I'm hostile and this and that, I've been in many environments where nobody thinks I'm hostile. I work a security job. I deal with people like that on a day-to-day basis. Dealing with them over the years, it has become built up.
No.
One of the witnesses I have is my sister to say as well as she has had to distance herself from them.
Another sister?
Whether a jealousy thing or
that has
my mom spoils me.
That's an interesting one if that's true.
If we bring in another sister that says she's had to get away from these two sisters, I mean, I'm not saying it's made anything right or wrong, but it definitely does change up that these people have nothing but problems with each other.
Does he run security at Panera, like so nobody steals the bread secrets or something?
Hey, man, when I was in LA, there was security outside the Arby's.
Well, they don't want you to know that actually comes in gelatin form and it's not meat. I understand.
Mind you, I'm the only boy and I'm the youngest. So should he think like my mom spoils me or whatever, or grants me too much freedom? Mind you, I'm 26 years old. I was already planning on moving out in November because I did not want to. She wants to talk about aura energy. It's really them I can't be under. So I already made a plan to move myself out in November for my birthday. That was supposed to be a birthday gift to myself.
Moving out?
I don't really need to be.
That's his birthday gift? Moving out of his mother's house with all of his siblings?
I'm moving out. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. The house, but that's where all my things are, and it's easier because my mom doesn't have me paying rent as much as I would be paying if I was in a single apartment.
There it is. So she charges a little bit. He's talking about a single apartment ain't that much. Typically.
Moms make a couple bucks. Why not?
No, Arby's sauce is all right, but it's no
3 pepper sauce. I'm telling you, with peace and love.
One of these days. We had a choice of 2 things on the way home for quick food yesterday. One was Arby's, one was Hardee's, and for some reason we chose Hardee's, and that was a bad move. Except my gigantic hot ham and cheese thing was good, though. I'll give them that. Dad, I got
it's a scary look right there on the lady next to me.
Oh, don't look. Dad had ordered a mushroom Swiss burger and got some small burger. He was very mad.
Oh, damn.
And I get it. Listen, you want mushroom Swiss and you get that. That's
With that being said, when the cops do show up and what they forgot to mention is the cops did ask to see those videos. There was one male officer that asked to see the video, and there was a female officer that asked to see the video. And when they saw the videos, they said if there's any sign of attack or him coming near you, we will detain him and we will arrest him right now. They watched the video, saw that there was no sign of attack or anything that she said, and they did not take me to jail. I was also given a TPO paper to file, but I figured, it's family, that's my niece, my nephew. Even if I do have something going on with my siblings, it's not worth the time at all. That being said, she keeps saying she's in danger for her child's life, and my other sister's in danger for her child's life. I have recognition when there's children around, but clearly in the video, they have no recognition either because I'm not sitting there arguing with myself. I'm not going back and forth with myself. It's back and forth with them. And even that situation that they did show, I went to the laundry room to put my clothes out of the dryer. And when I was doing that, Crystal was already talking to Kimona saying that, if his girlfriend comes over here, I'm going to beat her ass or I'm going to call the police, all these types of threats. I've never said I'm going to beat my sister's ass because that is a woman. That's a female. I'm not going to go to jail for me putting my hands on you. That's a clear reason to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to fight a woman. Now, you're sitting here threatening someone who's not here to defend themselves. So I calmly said, even in the video, I said, without the animosity, can I get the floor? I'm just trying to speak. I said that clearly in the video. And they're the ones who always jump to the yelling and the shouting. Those videos might not seem tampered with, but they're the only ones who have access to them because they are at the house. I have no access to any video evidence to show anything full of anything. But I do have witnesses that can portray that.
The videos that we've watched, is that what he's talking about? That they
maybe
tampered them?
Maybe he's saying they're like cutting I mean, you can take some, I mean, people talk about it all the time where you're in these reality shows, they cut them certain ways, you know, leave this part out and it makes this part look worse, or it makes you think another context with this one. So, you know, maybe that's like where the video started. It made it like he started the fight. But if there was 5 minutes of footage ahead of it where you could see her starting the fight and it just escalating, I don't know. Maybe not. It's grasping at straws, kind of.
Yeah,
it looks bad no matter what context you take it in. It still looks bad.
It looks bad for him. And if he didn't have any, if he didn't have any receipts coming back for that, and maybe they were more of an aggressor, like if we're just seeing clips where he was kind of going cray cray, then I kind of get that. But I wouldn't say that you're manipulating the video though. But
Industrial Light and Magic took over.
Not a huge fan of his. We'll say that. That's for sure. I'll BRB.
I'm not an angry person. I'm very peaceful. Like I said, with that being at that house, I'm only there from 8 p.m. I work from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. and I work from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. When I get home, they're asleep. And by the time I wake up,
I still have these problems.
And then I go right back to work. I'm never in the house longer than that. Plus, I have a car. I have my ex's house that I can go to. They both have their men staying in the house. Now, those are their daughters and their son. I would figure if that was true and they felt like I was hostile toward their children, they would have also signed off on the papers as well. But it's just my sisters, which it seems more like a personal sibling jealousy, whatever you want to call it. I don't know how you want to view it, but it seems more like that type. All this them talking about me being crazy and this and that. No, this isn't the first girlfriend they've threatened to fight or beat up or call the cops. This is an ongoing thing. And the fact that I've spoken with my sister, who I haven't spoken to in a long time, told me that she had to distance herself from them two specifically. It's just, we all know. Like when they put me out, all my family was contacted and everybody's asking, why are you putting Shaquille out? They're getting on my mom, like, why are you putting out the youngest? What did he do? He's not hostile.
He's not ready.
Even from the stuff that Crystal has told the police, they're even still saying, like, he's not, why would you, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not to say that the cap, but you know how some police are, especially dealing with a black man. So the fact that you called the cops on me 4 to 5 times within 1 month, and clearly I'm never near you, even in the video where I'm just walking back and forth because the bathroom's on the other side of the house. Her and her boyfriend, she moved her boyfriend in and they locked me out of the bathroom that is on my side of the house. So right now I'm the only one bathing like a pilgrim on the other side in the house on my mom's construction. So It's not like I'm hostile or I'm just mad or angry.
Like a pilgrim.
They're literally doing stuff to me while I'm there. Like and then when I react, they will call the police and make it sound like I'm a hostile, crazy person. But when the cops come and they speak to me and they see the videos, they're like, oh, he's not dangerous. Even when I was served the TPO, the cops took a step in my room and they were just like, oh, he's not, he doesn't even, you know what I'm saying? But everything that they basically said, that as far as events, clearly it's happened. It's in the video. But as far as me being hostile and me being a threat to my niece and nephew, to which I love, there's been instances where they tried to keep them away from me. Like my nephew would try and come to my room that same day. He tried to come into my room. And as soon as he came out, Crystal Hutchinson beat him just for coming into contact with me. Whoa. And my nephew loves me. So all this hostility and stuff where I'm just, I'm evil or I'm trying to hurt or even owning a gun. I don't own a gun. They own a gun. I have no gun.
I work security. I don't even have a gun.
I've never been hostile. I have no criminal record. If any criminal record I have is probably for me riding with a expired tag because I had to get to school and work and I couldn't ask family for a ride or any type of help whatsoever. But otherwise,
did I hear that right? That somebody the kid got a beat down just because came into contact with him?
Yeah. Like the child allegedly was punished for coming to see Unc. If that's stupid if it is true, but again, don't they look? I mean, come on,
They
man.
really do.
Him and Big E, they look the same.
Maybe he's a brother that doesn't live at the house or just didn't know it.
Big E's got his own place.
That's another thing he did. Did he not just say something about a black man or I'm a black man, something like that?
I tried to tune that out and just keep going. And he says he doesn't own a pew pew, never owned a pew pew. Even though didn't he just tell us he works in security? Does he work with his hands only? Only hands.
And how do you
security
work from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. and
6,
however that works?
It was like 8 to 8 and 6 to 6. I mean,
20 hours out of a 24-hour day. No.
Yeah, something like that. And they're always asleep, but yet here we are having all these confrontations, but yet they're asleep when I come home. And he's bathing like a pilgrim.
Because he got locked out of the bathroom, I guess. I
have no criminal history or record of being violent with children or anything. And I work security, so I can't even have anything like that on my record.
Oh, this could be really bad for him if he is a security guy.
With this being said,
he makes a valid point there.
Is more like a personal thing and a sibling thing, really, because I have my oldest sister waiting on the waiting to testify for me, and my mother waiting to testify for me, saying she doesn't want me out and that I'm not that.
So your older sister has
mom picked sides. Mom picked sides. He's the favorite.
Yeah, he's the younger.
He's the favorite.
So 3 girls and one dude. All right, that I gotta. By the way, another point that he does make. His voice is different than I thought. When we saw him in the running around yelling, it's different when you're just talking to him. But I don't think he made a very valid point about the fact that everybody else thinks, or like how the cops walked into his room when he got a TPO apparently, and they're just like, everything's fine.
Yeah. They looked at the video and they're like, it's all good.
Yeah, you good. Don't worry about it. That's interesting about the mom and the sister, though.
Did she live in the residence with you 3?
She has been here. She's been there a couple of times. She was just down here for my mom's 60th birthday, and she was wondering what was going on, like why.
So she visits, but she didn't live with you.
Not she had her nieces living here with us. Her daughters. Her daughters, actually.
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and what is her name?
Shakira Hutchinson.
Shakira. Let's bring in Shakira Hutchinson.
Oh, her lips don't lie.
Yeah, Kay, I have really bad. I'm bad at math. Hi, Mayor. Good to see you, buddy.
Science. All right.
All right, Miss Shakira Hutchinson, if you can go ahead and start your camera, please.
Ooh, I hope we hear from Mom.
So this is the other sister.
Yeah, the oldest sister. So the firstborn and the lastborn.
All right. Good afternoon. Can you hear us? Okay.
Oh my God, was she adopted?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, thank you. I'm Judge Guy. I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand so that you can give testimony in today's proceeding. Do you swear or affirm any testimony you're about to provide is true and correct under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
All right, and if you could state your full name, please.
Shakira Siobhan Hutchinson.
All right, and you've been called as a witness today for Mr. Shaquille Hutchinson. He is your brother?
That is correct. I am the oldest of the 4 of us.
Okay. Wow. And do you live in Atlanta?
No, I do not. I currently reside in Georgia. In Florida, not in Georgia.
Oh, right. I was like,
and when was the last time you lived with your siblings?
That would have been approximately 8 years ago.
Real quick, the bot trolls, which channel are they on? Just let me know in the comments, please. I just
Oh, are they in here?
Feel free, mods, just ban and just keep banning.
Just keep banning them. Yeah.
They give up.
I had a brief stay at my mom's house, much like the situation now that's happening at the house. So my mom has a house with multiple bedrooms, and if one of us are having any kind of hardship, her house is always open. So during my first marriage, when we were getting divorced, I needed to go back home to my mom with my 2 girls. And much like the setup now, I was there with Crystal and Shaquille. Right now it's Mona, Crystal, and Shaquille. So kind of like Mona and I rotated. So yeah.
Okay. All right. And approximately how long ago was that you stayed there with them?
8 years.
I stayed with them in the same house for 3 months before I went on to start my school program. I got called back to New York within a 3-month period, but I lived with them for 3 months in that capacity, like after childhood. Yeah.
All right. And now, Mr. Hutchinson has called you as a witness today. What would you like to tell the court?
Well, for me being the oldest, they're fairly closer in age than I am. I'm about to be 43. So I'm always used to the verbal altercation between them. You know, siblings get into it verbally. I've never seen him like hit them or anything like that, to where a order of protection is what's being requested now. That came as a big shock.
Water
to me.
protection? Is that what she did? Did I hear that correct?
Walter.
Oh, Walter.
Damn it, Walter.
Damn it. Walter, you're a leader. It's your problem.
Damn it,
Walter. Bonsai, thank you. That is a great way. They call that a call to action. When you add $5 to it, you also get our attention and remind.
It really brings it to the forefront. It lets people know, hey, get to it. By the way, older sister, very attractive.
Yeah, she got them Emily nails going there, real long. Get you good. Yeah, is she the smart one? Maybe, I guess.
She's the success story of the
that's right,
of the group.
Like I said, all of them are in the house with my mom. You know, my sisters have their kids in there. We're all doing this whole family unit thing. So I don't understand. This kind of like came out of thin air to have an order of protection against them over a verbal altercation. We've always had verbal altercations. I've had verbal altercations with Shaquille. I've had verbal altercations with Kimona. None of us have ever gotten physical to where an order of protection is needed, which to my understanding, that is when an order of protection is needed. Like if your life is in jeopardy, if someone has physically assaulted you, it's never been a physical assault.
All right. And is there anything else that you'd like to add?
I know I did speak with my mom because she was very distraught at the fact that he had to leave the house in the capacity that he did that day. And she's adamant about him wanting him back in her house. Like, not only is he the baby, he's the only boy. So it's 3 girls and then Shaquille. So you can imagine how she feels now that she had to find another means for him to have shelter. He works as a security guard. So I know he's trying to get his finances in place to eventually move out on his own. But like I stated prior, my mom has never forced any of us to move out. And just as Kimona and Crystal is using my mom's house kind of like as a little refuge right now until they get their financial situations in place, him being the youngest and being the boy, like for my mom, I'm sure they could understand how she feels knowing that he's the one that has to leave her house. You know, Kimona's there with her fiance and her daughter, and she's currently pregnant. Crystal is there with her son, and her fiance comes back and forth. So to see them rally up against him over, again, a verbal dispute that they were having, it's really shocking to the entire family. So much so that they've been like trying to text message like my aunts and stuff, trying to plead their case because everybody in the family is just like, why would you guys take it to this extent? You know?
Yeah, you got to remember with mom, I think that probably things would be a little bit different if she wasn't basically living with the boyfriend.
Yeah, she's living with the boyfriend right now.
So
Here's the other thing. These two live in mom's house. He lives in mom's house. My question is this. They get the TPO, say. Is mom going to kick the two of them out with their family so he can stay there? I mean, mama is definitely on his side. 100%.
That's wow.
And they're burning bridges with mama. They're going to make mama mad.
I mean, even
if he has to move out.
Even if he was the favorite for her to actually step up and basically testify against your other two children, that's a lot. That's saying a lot. And you bring up, that's one of the best points he brought up in a while, to see the other two get kicked out.
Mom's
and
like,
And he gets the whole house to himself.
He gets the whole house for himself then.
Oh, Beverly.
Yeah, so for me, just as the older sister, seeing that it's gotten to this level, it is really heartbreaking. And as far as their lives being in danger, to need an order of protection, I'm gonna stand on, I can't see Shaquille hurting any of us, myself included, who I said have gotten into verbal altercations with him. So I don't understand where this massive need for an order of protection and him to vacate my mother's house came into play. There has to be something else going on behind the scenes. So I'm here to speak on his behalf and as older sister.
So she's basically a character
we've
witness.
Gotten into risks before, but never, like no one has ever gotten up and do something like this.
And just for clarification, you were not present on the June 30th or the July incident, correct?
No, that is correct. I wasn't physically present. No, yeah. I heard about the aftermath of it. Yeah.
And I do appreciate your testimony today. You're welcome to stay if you want to, otherwise you are excused.
Okay.
And Mr. Hutchinson, who is your next witness? You're on mute, sir.
That would be my mother, but I don't know if she's still on standby. If there's a Samsung phone on the list.
Ooh, that's
Yeah, we'll see if we can connect her.
That's what I want to hear from mom.
But he was not able to connect to audio.
No. What is your mom's name?
Melise Hutchinson. She's in Jamaica, so her signal.
Oh, so she's not
I'm
just
bringing
like.
her in now. I'm just waiting for her to actually join.
Damn.
And it might be
Mom's is
interesting on
living the good life, my friend.
Even more of a reason why she's in a conscience. She don't even care about. Oh wow. Okay, that is great.
How mama got her groove back. Oh,
she's eating them beef patties every day, and I like how the sister's hanging around just to see what up and what's going to happen here. I hope we can get her connected.
God, please let mom get on.
We need to hear about mom.
Please,
and her living in Jamaica.
Okay, so she just
that is a
dropped,
humble brag.
and I'll wait to see if she could come back on. But
is mom a smoke show?
Wait a while.
Her signal.
That'd be great.
Give it just a moment. See if she's able to connect.
So even more of a reason, if you've got your house back in the States, you want somebody to be there.
Pay you a little scratch.
A little bit.
She's got this boyfriend that's apparently a lot of fun. We're going to Jamaica. Maybe he's one of those 90-day fiance types.
Maybe.
Oh man.
Yeah, we started watching the new I think it's the newest The Other Way. 90 Day. So far it's very good. The two that are on the phone the entire time with each other, those two are.
Oh, I gotta watch it now.
Oh, it's the 24/7. They're on the phone together. This young couple.
Okay.
Is that a rug on the wall?
What the hell that is?
It's
blurry.
It's a gateway to
connected
hell.
to the audio, so she can't hear us.
Mom is coming in via satellite.
She is
call.
here now.
She's got her hair done while she's been there. She's
I
paid
tried asking
50
her to
cents
start her
for somebody to
video.
rub her feet for an hour.
Let's just get her on a call. That's fine too. I mean, I want to see her. I'd love that, but I mean, I don't want to miss out on mom's testimony. It's very important.
Again, I don't think judges gonna be like, "Were you there when this happened?" No. Okay, thanks. has like a rug on the wall, like a
That's
bathroom rug.
Right.
It's certainly textured.
And I do take it from what Miss Shakira Hutchinson said that the mother was obviously of the opinion that this should not be issued, and I do understand that that would be her testimony. Obviously, she's having some sort of technical difficulty. Before I give final word,
so she just So Mama don't even have to come. She don't even have to come on. Is Judge Guy basically saying that she's taking into account
that Mama doesn't want him to move out?
Oh wow! Apparently not very good, Griggsy. She can't even connect.
Damn. Mom's it goes to the mom. She's on the beach in a bikini. She's drinking a Mai Tai.
Oh, I would have loved to have seen that. That's a shame. That's a shame. Interesting that Judge Guy just said it that way, though. That we're basically putting that in the win category for you, Shaquille. So,
all right. Before we get any further, how do you think she's going to rule on this?
Judge Creed here. I would say this one's a wash. That's me. I didn't see any, because we're looking for violence, right? Aren't we? Isn't that the main thing? We're gonna have arguments. I hate to do it in front of the children like that, but nobody's swinging, nobody's throwing things.
I didn't hear anything about him threatening them. I think he did ask the one sister to go and, unalive herself.
Nobody snatched a phone out of anybody's hands.
Nobody was pushed. Nobody was shoved.
So that's why I say that's why. Boy, I tell you what, it looks like you guys are mostly on the same page. Griggsy and Gary are on the same page. Deborah is very confused.
I'm with you on that. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure.
Yeah.
I think there's a chance she could grant it on the basis of intimidation. I don't know.
Well, the denieds definitely take it. That's what the chat is saying. We'll see what happens here.
to the petitioners in this case, Mr. Shaquille Hutchinson, is there anything further you wish to add at this time?
No, Your Honor, is just, this is very wild for me. Like I said, I could have put out a TPO too, but I just didn't feel like this was needed for family. I just got off of work at 8 and I still haven't slept waiting to do this, and I have to be at work again by 8. This is what I mean by I really don't have time when I'm at the house. I'm supposed to be asleep right now. But I have nothing else to add. Just, we can go from here.
Okay, thank you. Miss Crystal Hutchinson, is there anything further you want to say in rebuttal?
Yes, I wanted to talk about, shed light on the fact that Shakira said something about my mom not wanting this.
Which at this point is all hearsay, but yes, I appreciate it.
Right. The initial hearing that we had with Judge, I forget, Edgerton. She did state that she wanted Shaquille out of the house. And the fact that my mom does not really stay here like that. She lives with her full-time boyfriend. So
full-time.
I mean, yeah, I just wanted to make that be known that she's
it ain't no part-time lover, daddy.
Boyfriend. So the only people who would be accompanying the house right now would be me, Kimona, our 2 kids, and Kimona's fiance. My boyfriend does not live with me.
Okay, thank you.
Smart move.
Miss Kimona Hutchinson, is there anything you wish to add in rebuttal?
She's like, I'm pregnant.
Yes, Your Honor. Like I said, it baffles me at the fact that, he has these witnesses and the witness doesn't even live in the household with us. She honestly doesn't go through the day-to-day motions with him. She's not dealing with the disrespect. She's not dealing with, certain things that are going on and that we are experiencing every day. Living in that fear that she so-called claims that she's never had to deal with. not to bring up anything else because we're dealing with this particular situation. But when Shakira was 13, she doesn't remember that she got.
I don't need to.
You know what I mean? Okay.
Oh God, what are we bringing up?
Other things that has happened that people tend to forget, and
families have a lot of history. Everything is.
And I understand that, but the fact that she doesn't live here and she's making those statements,
Shaquille is freaking.
Alarming to me.
All right, thank you.
She's
having heard the testimony today presented by the three parties, and having heard the testimony of the witness, and I've reviewed the evidence presented by the petitioner, Ms. Crystal Hutchinson.
Before she says it, want to get in the David's late fee. You walk into a shit show, David.
Here. Why would that sister bring up something that happened to the older sister when she was 13?
Yeah,
that's kind of low, man. That's like real low.
Yeah, you're swinging real low on that one.
That's not cool.
And that almost, and it's awfully late into this to be throwing something like that. It's almost like a Hail Mary, a last ditch effort.
Oh, it's a revenge thing. Like, oh, you're gonna come and testify for him. Well, how about that one time, huh? What about that?
Yeah. I didn't like that, but at least they shut that down and didn't get too far. Too
dirty pool, my friend, dirty pool.
We've had a chance to see that, and obviously, all parties here had a chance to view what was presented. The court finds that there has been, and let me just state, because I think there might have been some confusion based on some of the statements that I've heard given today. Family violence doesn't just include physical violence. I keep hearing that there was no hitting, so therefore there's no family violence. That is not what the Code of Georgia states.
She heard me talk. She's talking directly to me, and
she's like, "Look, Creed, just because there wasn't no hitting, don't mean it didn't. There ain't family violence. That's not boding well for Mr. Shaquille."
Ooh. No, not after the videos that we saw.
It is not limited to physical violence. In Georgia, family violence encompasses assault, which is a verbal threat, getting in someone's face, threatening them, making a harassing statement. That falls under family violence. And I do see evidence of that in these videos today. And I heard evidence of that presented, reliable evidence presented by the parties of that. I do see there is substantial risk of future family violence continuing in that manner or escalating if this were not to be kept in place. So I am going to issue the 12-month protective order. There'll be no contact with the parties and no coming back to the home until it naturally expires 12 months from today's date on July 31st of 2024. I am not going to order the family violence class in this case for the respondent because he is not in a domestic relationship with these parties and there are no children involved. Under federal law, he is not allowed to possess a firearm. So the entirety of this order will be contained to having no contact with these two women and staying 100 yards away from them at all times. So I will prepare that order and send it to you all. And that is the conclusion of this hearing. So thank you all, and you are excused.
So interesting. I gotta say, I'm kind of surprised just a little bit on that. For one simple reason is that I didn't see a lot of evidence, but I'm not a judge. So I guess
I saw it both ways. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was yelling and acting a fool and this, that, and the other. But it seems like the two of those sisters have come together and like, look, he's got to go. I'm getting rid of him. Tired of his crap.
I don't know, Tina. What Mikey brought up, there's a very good chance that the mother lets him stay.
Yeah, she's gonna come back from Jamaica and all hell's gonna break loose.
How many of you have been into verbal altercations like that though and never really thought you were committing
Oh yeah. Anytime you've ever gotten in an argument with somebody or somebody's gotten your face or you've gotten somebody else's face, and no matter what you were saying, it's turned into now you're in trouble. I mean, again, that's a rough one. That's a rough one for him, especially.
Jelly, thank you. And it's an odd. Listen, going into that, it's the whole thing's different with their ages and all living together. You've got kids, you've got pregnancies, you've got. There's a lot going on in that house too. So, damn it, I wish we could have heard from Mom though.
Oh no, that would have been so great.
Yeah.
Oh, Mom being there, Mom. Even though I don't think Mom's anything Mom said would have changed the judge's mind.
And yeah, I think you're right about that.
That video sealed the deal.
She did state that. Kristen, I in those first videos, they were pretty hot and heavy into that argument as well. But I see he was more of an aggressor through it, though, for sure. But I mean, they were yelling back with their hands just as loudly as he was yelling with his.
It's a bad situation. No, they shouldn't be living together if they're going to act like that, especially when there's children around and stuff.
Well, yeah, you never want to make physical contact in a verbal fight, but also apparently you don't want to be in a verbal fight because that's what got him.
Yeah, just him coming up into their face. Like she said, he came in her face. That was one of the things she was talking about. Coming in somebody's face is going to get you in trouble.
That was said. That was definitely said. Huh, interesting. Charles, great time to join us. Good to see you.
Perfect time, Charles. Quitting time.
That's right. It's time to go. Again, don't forget 5:30 East is members only today.
Ooh, members only for We Got a Case. So if you want to join us for that, make sure you go ahead and join. Click the join button. Boom, there you are. You can watch all the back episodes. So it's not just today. It's not just the next 3. You get them all, baby. All of them.
Too sweet. You imagine she comes on and just starts yelling at all of them, making us look like idiots doing this.
Come here, acting a fool. Can't believe these kids.
That's too funny.
There you go.
Too funny. She did take sides though. She was there for him. They made that clear. In fact, Judge Guy even said so.
Yeah. Mom's made her point.
Crazy. Anyways, appreciate you guys. So glad we can see the what are they called again? These things.
The milestones.
Makes our lives a lot easier. The Brothers and Sisters Express. KH, thank you so much. Bigfoot, Shelly, Algoffer, Lisa, Simon Laban, John, Shelly. I am Drewish. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Welcome. Bonsai, David and
Shelly 3 times.
Thank you guys. See you at
Don't
405 East. Wild
Woman Wednesday, boy. Ooh, got some good stuff. Modern day Bonnie and Clyde. We've got all kinds of things happening for us for Wild Woman Wednesday. Make sure you're there for that. 405, like Chris said, Eastern time. If you don't know how to do math, it's about 2 hours from now. We'll be back. Don't forget, we got premieres happening all day long on all the channels except for We Gotta Chase because we just don't right now. But on the other ones, wow, you just creed framed. Welcome back.
I did. That was because I just brought the window down.
The window. Stop closing windows.
Sorry, I don't have enough monitors.
Yeah, you guys do us a favor. Stay safe. Stay hard. Stay tuned. Top guys. That's us. Creed, he's a top guy. Mikey, he's a bottom guy. But that's all right. That's the way, that's the way we put it together. Bye now.
Singer turned off.
Did you notice how the old sister looked younger than
she did? Sisters? You're right. It's the Florida sunshine, I guess.
Guess so.